Good morning, everybody. Well, since we had a baby born last week, and I said we're going to start to light what Sam rightly noted is a baby candle, supporting the fecundity of San Francisco, we get to light a candle today. Liz Strand had a grandchild born yesterday, Josephine Ray, 7.7 pounds. You do the translation into ounces. And the condition of lighting the candle was that at some point we get to see that baby in church. So you can help me hold her accountable by any means necessary. I am Vanessa Southern. I'm the senior minister. I'm joined by Sam King, who's our worship associate. Big thanks to our AV team. Is that Shuli up in the, Eric and Shuli? Good. And Jonathan Silk. Joe Chapeau is on chat. If for folks who are joining us on Livestream, welcome, and you can get your questions answered. Just to remind folks, those of us speaking and singing without masks, we have taken an antigen test this morning. We had some news this week that the city is lightening up its rules. We're being careful here, so thank you all for wearing masks to make sure everybody who's here is safe and feels safe. Some Sundays it feels particularly appropriate to begin with a land acknowledgement, and I do that in conversation with myself and what I've heard, which is that some Native communities don't believe that folks in churches and other organizations should do land acknowledgements unless they are in a relationship with the local community. We actually have been taking offerings for the Sogorea Land Trust. We'll take one in the first Sunday in March, as we have multiple times in the last couple of years to help rematriate, as they call it, land back into the Ohlone Nation. So we don't have the relationship I'd hope, but I feel like today it feels important to do this. And the land acknowledgement that I'm using today, that I'm reading from, is one that we used in the Interfaith Thanksgiving service. Andy Galvin, who is a member of the Ohlone Nation and also who I serve on the board of the Interfaith Council with, these are words that he helped us craft. So this morning, President's Weekend in particular, it feels important. So we acknowledge that we are on the unceded ancestral homeland of the Ramaytush Ohlone, who are the original inhabitants of the San Francisco Peninsula. As the indigenous stewards of this land and in accordance with their traditions, the Ramaytush Ohlone have never ceded, lost, or forgotten their responsibilities as caretakers of this place, as well as for all peoples who reside in their traditional territory. As guests, we recognize that we benefit from living and working on their traditional homeland. We wish to pay our respects by acknowledging the ancestors, the elders, and relatives of the Ramaytush community, and by affirming their sovereign rights as First Peoples. So welcome everyone to worship. I gave you back your candle. If you will join me in saying the words of our chalice lighting, they're in your order of service. Let's say them together as we begin our worship. Oh, no, I'm not done with our special welcome. It is so good. Well, Bill Gans, thank you for starting us off today. And our special guest, Shawnette Solker, is here today singing for us, and we just heard a piece of her extraordinary voice, and we're really so excited to have you here, so welcome. And Mark Sumner, thank you for making all of this happen, bringing beauty in, which heals the soul and uplifts the spirit. And so we say the words of our chalice lighting. We light this chalice for the light of truth, the warmth of love, and the fire of commitment. We light this symbol of our faith as we gather together.